The nature of reality. Few things have captivated my imagination more than the double-slit experiment, especially during my undergraduate studies in physics. For those who aren't familiar with it, let me introduce you to this fascinating phenomenon. Imagine a simple setup. A light source shines towards a barrier with two parallel slits, and behind the barrier is a screen that captures light. When both slits are open and light passes through them, an interference pattern of bright and dark bands appear on the screen. This pattern occurs because light waves emanating from the two slits overlap and interfere with each other, constructively in some places, creating bright bands, and destructively in others, creating dark bands. This result aligns with the wave theory of light. Now, let's replace light with particles like electrons, which are traditionally considered solid particles. If we fire electrons through the double slits, intuition suggests that they should create two distinct impact patterns on the screen, corresponding to the two slits. Surprisingly, however, we still observe an interference pattern over time, similar to that produced by waves. This suggests that electrons are not just particles, but also exhibit wave-like properties. To delve deeper, physicists decided to fire electrons one at a time. You might expect that individual electrons would go through one slit or the other, gradually forming two clumps on the screen. Astonishingly, even when sent individually, the electrons collectively form an interference pattern over time. This implies that each electron behaves like a wave that passes through both slits simultaneously and interferes with itself. The observer effect. Here's where things get even more intriguing. When scientists place detectors at the slits to observe which slit an electron passes through, the interference pattern disappears. Instead, the electrons behave like classic particles, creating two distinct clumps on the screen. The mere act of observation alters the outcome of the experiment. This phenomenon underscores the peculiar role of the observer in quantum mechanics and suggests that particles exist in a state of probability until measured. Wave-particle duality. The double-slit experiment beautifully demonstrates wave-particle duality, a fundamental concept in quantum mechanics. It reveals that particles at the quantum level don't fit neatly into the categories of particle or wave, but exhibit properties of both, depending on the experimental setup. Implications and philosophical questions. The results of the double-slit experiment have profound implications on the nature of reality. It challenges our classical understanding of reality, suggesting that particles exist in multiple states or paths until observed. On the role of the observer, it raises questions about the role consciousness plays in the physical world. Does the act of observation collapse a particle's multiple possibilities into one reality? On the quantum mechanics foundation, it provides empirical evidence for the principles of quantum mechanics, a theory that governs the microscopic world. The double-slit experiment is more than just a physics demonstration. It's a window into the bizarre and counterintuitive world of quantum mechanics. It forces us to reconsider our perceptions of reality, measurement, and the nature of existence itself. As we continue to explore these quantum mysteries, we move closer to understanding the fundamental workings of the universe. What makes the double-slit experiment so fascinating to me is that consciousness, one of the most elusive concepts in modern research, seems to play a key role. In the experiment, the observer acts as an indicator of attention, influencing how reality presents itself. It's as if the wave mode of the universe is energy-saving option, while the particle mode is the high energy consumption setting that only activates when someone is paying attention to it, much like rendering graphics in a video game. It only fabricates the part of the universe that is being played. This idea inspired me to explore it further from my unique perspective, leading me to write Nicanor and the Secret of the Order of Eshmun, the first in a trilogy that delves into these concepts. What would be the ethical, social, political, financial, spiritual, and other implications if we were to discover beyond any doubt that our universe is embedded within another? Could it be that what we consider real is not, and what we deem ethereal is actually the only true reality?